Employment-based preferences. The first employment-based preference is entitled EB-1. The yearly numerical limit is 40,000 immigrants for these permanent employment-based immigrants. This category is comprised of priority workers. These are workers with extraordinary abilities that are outstanding professors and researchers, or who are transferring multinational executives and managers. The term priority worker reflects the interest of the U.S. Congress to make green cards easily available for certain business people, professors and researchers, and people with special talents. If a person qualifies in this category, they don't have to show that there aren't any U.S. workers available to do the job, and a labor certification application is not required. Applying as a priority worker is easier than applying in most other employment categories, because the employer does not need to start out by seeking the labor certification on a person's behalf. In fact, in this subcategory, for workers of extraordinary ability, generally a person does not even need a job offer. People applying as professors or researchers, however, do need job offers. Obviously, transferring executives or managers are already employed by the company that is transferring them, so they do not need a new job offer. A person may qualify for a green card as a priority worker with extraordinary ability in the sciences, the arts, education, business, or even athletics. Their achievements must have been publicly recognized and resulted in a period of sustained or international acclaim. If a person can show that they are a widely acknowledged leader in their field, then they can generally be able to show that they have gained sustained acclaim. A person does not need a specific job offer in this subcategory, as long as they will continue working in their field of expertise once they arrive in the United States. If a person has been offered a job, their employer can help with the application by filing the initial petition. As the Immigration Service tends to be more willing to trust and therefore approve extraordinary ability petitions submitted by an employer sponsor. This is because the Immigration Service can more readily imagine that a person will be performing these feats involving extraordinary ability if a company wants to hire them for this purpose. A person must have extraordinary ability in the sciences, the arts, education, business, or athletics, and to win an extraordinary ability case usually requires extensive documentation. They must be able to show at least 3 of these following things. 1, receipt of a substantial international or national award in their field. 2, membership in an association that requires outstanding achievement. 3, published material about themselves as a professional, a trade, or other major media. 4, reviews or discussions of a person's work in a major publication or in major media. 5, participating as a judge of the work of others in the same field. 6, original contributions, usually through publication of major significance in a person's field. 7, authorship of scholarly articles. 8, display of a person's work at major exhibitions. 9, performance in a significant role for organizations or establishments that have a distinguished reputation. 10, a higher salary than usual in their field. 11, commercial success in the performing arts. And 12, a person must present evidence that they intend to continue work in their field. A person may qualify for a green card in the second subcategory as a priority worker under the Outstanding Professor and Researchers subcategory. if they have an international reputation for being outstanding in a particular academic field. They need to have 3 years minimum of either teaching or research experience in the field. The person must be entering the United States to accept a specific tenured or tenured track teaching or research position at an institution of higher learning. The person will need a specific job offer from a qualified employer in order to qualify. Alternatively, a person may accept a job conducting research in industry or with a research organization. The U.S. company or institution employing a person should have a history of making significant achievements in research and must employ at least 3 other full-time research workers. The research positions must not be temporary, as they should be expected to last for an unlimited or indefinite duration. A person must show international recognition as being outstanding in a specific academic field. A person must have at least 3 years of experience in teaching or research in the area of expertise and meet at least 2 of the following criteria. They must have receipt of a major award for outstanding achievement in the field, membership in academic associations that require outstanding achievements, published discussions of work in professional journals, participation as a judge of the work of others in the field, original scientific or scholarly research, authorship of scholarly books or articles. A person may qualify for a green card in the 3rd subcategory as a priority worker under the transferring executives or managers subcategory if they have been employed as an executive or a manager by a qualified company outside the United States for at least 1 of the past 3 years, or if they are already in the United States on a temporary visa for 1 of those 3 years before they arrived in the United States. They must now be going to take a managerial or executive position with a U.S. branch, affiliate, or subsidiary of the same company. The U.S. company must have been in business for at least 1 year. Not only does a person need to meet the various qualifications required under this subcategory, but the foreign and U.S.-based offer of the employer must either be 1. A different branch of the same company, 2. A joint venture where the parent company owns half or has equal control and veto power, 3. Related, so that one company is a majority-controlled subsidiary of the other, or an affiliation in which both companies are under the control of the same person, persons, company, or group of companies. Because the job position must be executive or managerial in nature, the exact meaning of these terms is important. A manager is defined as a person who, 1. Manages the organization or department, subdivision, function, or component of the organization. 2. Supervises and controls the work of other supervisory, professional, or managerial employees, or manages an essential function of the organization. 3. Has the authority to hire and fire those persons supervised, or if none are supervised, works at a service level within the organization, and 4. Has the authority to make decisions concerning the day-to-day operations of the activities or functions of the organizations over which the manager has authority. All 4 of the above criteria must be met for someone's job to be considered managerial. A supervisor below the level of middle management, often called a first-line supervisor, is not normally considered a manager for green card qualifying purposes, unless the employees being supervised are also professionals. The word professional here means a worker holding a university degree. An executive is defined as a person who, 1, directs the management of the organization or a major part or function of the organization. 2, sets the goals and policies of the organization or a part or function of the organization. 3, has extensive decision-making authority. And 4, receives only general supervision or direction from the highest level.